All right, this here's a very simple in a book. What we like to do, the textures that we like to apply on this book is this one. This is book cover. To Kill a Mockingbird. So, like for instance, you need to add this book cover in the design top of this 3D model, book model. Again, you should go through with this UV mapping things. Okay, first of all, let's check out this object. So this one, hardcover. See, do you see little thicknesses here? The hardcover and inside. Right? Okay, basically this book consists of two separate parts. Okay, inside, outside. But the book cover, book cover has little thicknesses, little depth in there. UV map. Okay, let's do this. First of all, we're going to take care of the all, three sides. Anyway, the back side, I mean the left and right and front, because we don't need actually the back of the this book, because anyway, people won't see that face. So we're going to do only three sides, 1, 2, 3. All right, first of all, we're going to go to face mode. Select this face, 2 faces, 3 faces, 4 faces. Okay, I select all these 4 faces and create. By the way, you can open UV editor and then go to create, or you can go to UV and then you can select one of these like planner if you want to. So since we already opened this UV editor, I'm gonna go to create and the planner and the empty box. And then you have to find the, okay, I like to keep this one, keep image with height ratio. And then here's a project from XYZ. You have to find the right axis and apply this. Is this the right one? Do you think the right one? I think so. See, y-axis and z-axis, they're all wrong, and this is right axis. And as soon as you click on this project, you should see a new UV shell on the UV editor. Okay, and then let's move to rotate this, and then I'm going to select these faces: 1 face, 2 faces, 3 faces, and 4 faces. And same thing, I'm going to go create planner, and the XYZ, it must be X. Yeah, and then project. So, okay, so basically we have traced the both side faces, and then go to UV shell, and you should see both sides. Say 2, and then we're gonna go to front. There's a front, and create planner. And which one is the right axis? Probably y-axis. No, g-axis. Yeah, that's correct. So now we can project. So look at this. Now we have 3 pieces. Okay. Before moving to our next step, what I like to do, I'm going to click on this so that we can see this is kind of overlapped, that reversed one. So I'm going to select this and then flip. So now we don't have red faces. Good. So after this, so basically we need to, okay, let's check this. Do you see what kind of problem do you see here? Say, look at the squares on the front part here of this book. Yeah, obviously, yeah, it's very clear that the scale of a square on the front part of this book is larger. Yeah, larger, definitely larger than the squares on the left and right. Yeah, that we should fix. Okay. Otherwise, a part of your texture will be kind of distorted, kind of stretched, or you will have some weird in the seam. So to do this, first of all, I like to stitch it together. Go to edge, and what I like to do, select these edges, 2, 3, 4. Okay, these edges and this edge must be stitched, must be sewn, and then stitch it together. All right, and then one more, and this edges. And then these edges must be sewn, stitched together. All right, this long kind of stretches this. Okay, the reason why I say kind of weird seam here and here as well, because this guy, okay, these guys place the on top of actually 3 squares. That's why you see the seams very clear and very strong in the seams. But basically, this is wrong. And then I'm gonna go to UV shell. And what I like to do is I like to rotate this. All right, this is seams, right? And then I'll go to layout. I'll select that face, not face, UV shell, and the layout. Okay, you know what I'm talking here? So look at this. After this, carefully look at the size of squares on the 3 sides. More or less the same. More or less the same. Good. So these are good now. So now we should take care of the book cover. So the outside of book cover and inside of book cover. Okay, be careful. This book cover has some thickness, hardcover. Okay, so we have to divide. The book cover must be actually divided into 2 sections. 2 sections because this one has thicknesses. Depth there. So how to separate? Divide this book, thick book cover into 2 parts, 2 pieces. First of all, what we can do, actually, you can cut, this book cover, one here, okay, one here and one here, okay, one here, what I'm doing here, and then one here. Okay. Yep. Yeah, this is kind of simple task, but do you understand why we need to cut here and here? So that we can have outside of book cover and the inside of book cover, so that we can have 2 pieces. But as well as we need to actually separate, 2 more for this. Here, see, look at the C shape, and then here as well, 2, right? Okay, let's do this first. I'm gonna select this, okay, side, and go to create, and planner, the keep image ratio, and then what axis? That's not right axis. That's not right axis. Should be x axis, I can see. Yeah. So as I select the right axis, you should see the side of this book right here. Okay, done. So project. And then go the other side. And I'm going to select this edges. And then go to create. See, do you understand the reason why we need to go to create and select the plan? Otherwise, look at this. This is totally wrong, a different form than this one. But what about this one, the early one? This is right one. See? So now, let's select this. Okay, select this. I'm going to create planner. And it must be x-axis and apply. That's right axis and product. All right, so we're done in both sides. So although we still see just one, but actually move this one. I'm gonna move that up a little bit. And then one more. See, must be 2. And let me quickly check if there's any. Yep, this is wrong. And we are still working on this part, but I think I'd like to fix this because we see red there. Select this, and then we can flip. We can flip this. Okay, both are blue now. It's good. And then, so let's do inside the book cover and outside the book cover. So before this, I'm gonna go to edges, and I'm gonna select these edges, hold down shift and select these edges, both edges. And then I'm gonna cut this, okay, cut. And then, do you think we can select the outside only? Outside only, see logo, UV shell. Yeah, inside and outside, yep. All right, so now I'm gonna create and planner. There should be y-axis. That is correct. All right. See, yeah, I'm gonna select this one. Actually, outside of this book cover, I don't have to relocate and move this one, but I like to show you what I got. So we can clearly see this outside, and this should be inside. Okay, now select this, and then create and planner, and then apply. Set project. All right. So do you understand this? Outside, inside the book cover, and both sides, left and right. All right. After this, and these two are relatively actually simple in a shape compared to this. This is a bit easily actually understandable, this kind of C shape here. So one is here and the other. But what about this? We see like a rectangular, shape inside, outside the book cover. But imagine actually outside the book with this. So basically, one of the like this is outside. This one overlapped. The reason why we see the red here, the purple is overlapped. This one is overlapped. So outside. No. Say outside of book cover, inside of book cover. So this consists of this face, and this face, this face, and this face, and this face. Actually, consists of many faces. But if you look at the UV map, just like one, the large square, and inside, book cover as well. So that's why we see all, published colors. So you can ignore that, for a while. So what I like to do, I like to, basically these are folded faces, folded. So first of all, we have to unfold this one. So I'm going to select this one. Let's go here, UV shell, unfold. See, now we can clearly see 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, including this smaller areas. Actually 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Yeah, 6 faces. So now we can clearly see. So I'm going to move that to the left a little bit. This one also we have to unfold. Yeah, it's very clear. Now see, inside the book cover and outside the book cover, and then both side. Great. So next step is a little bit, I want you to pay attention on this. It's a little bit difficult. So now we're going to place this where? We can go to edge. Yeah, definitely right here. So as I just like this one, this edge is highlighted, right? That means this should go right here. What about here? This should go right here. So as you can see, all right. So edge. So let's do this. I'm going to select these edges. And then basically we need to select all edges all the way down until here. So I'm going to double click on here so that I can select all edges. All right. See, as you can see, these edges are selected. These are selected. Must be sewn together. And then I'm going to click on what stitch together. Oof, look at this. It's kind of weird form. Yeah, don't panic. So no worries. Also, I'm going to select these edges and move here and double click and select all the edges on them. And then stitch it together. So now we got this kind of form, kind of weird in the shape here. Yeah. And then I'm going to highlight all this, and not this, actually only this. And then what about unfold again? And then what about the edges? Straighten UV. Yeah. So I tried several different things. The first one was optimize tool. I used straighten UVs, and also I used the orient to edges. So this is outside of the curve, and this inside of the curve. So you notice that there's just something, a serious mistake here. Not an exact mistake, though this is work in progress. So this is outside of the curve. This inside of the curve should be about the same. Should be, but this appears much larger than this one. That is wrong, right? So next step is you can highlight all this outside of the curve, inside of the curve, and then layout. So I think rather than just clicking and this layout, but I'm going to show you there are a few more options that you can toy with. So if you go to modify, you can find the layout and select this empty box. All right. So as you can see, this one is older one, and this is the latest technology. But I believe many people, many animators are still using this legacy. But that's one of the reasons why they, Autodesk, people still keep this legacy. So both should be inside, outside book cover must be more or less the same. So I'm gonna select the legacy first and apply this. So still not good. Why? Because outside book cover is way too big compared to the inside book cover, and you may play with the this press scale and then so it was a none. I'm gonna select the object. Yeah, much better. What about world? I don't think you should worry about that touches other things. And these are kind of important on the free scale. None you have to mess with, you have to play with a non-object or world. So about the same. So what about the unfold through D? This we don't really do any changes on here. So I go to apply. Yeah, I don't see much difference. Yeah, apply. This is a legacy and world. Unfold in a 3D. I think about the same. All right. So now, so I will quickly check the checkboard. So see around here. Do you see any weird squares? No. All squares are more or less the same. Okay? Perfect. So I don't see any weird seam. See, perfect. Everything is perfect here. Actually, we have a little problem here. See, I think this is an issue. All right. This is problem. So, okay, now I'm going to go select this. Okay, all blue. Good. This is a good one. And then we have to find out. So if you look at the top part, perfect, but we see some mismatches here. Now, so what happened? Okay, these two separated. Okay. Now what I like to do, I like to go to edges. All right, let's just stitch it together again. All right, but we still see some issues. What if I highlight all and check both? Now, say, all right, see, we have some mismatches. Should be taken care of. And then also, obviously, the square on the book and itself larger than the square that we see both in top and bottom of the book cover. All right, so that's why we should go to layout and check the other things. Okay, now I'm going to select the all edges and unfold through D. So there's not many things we can actually mess with on the legacy on the unfold 3D. So go to legacy, and I like to apply this. Now, with the world, let's try the object. Yeah, I think that works. None. Okay, world. See, look at this now. Yeah, pretty much in the same now. Yeah. Yeah. Still have little issues here. All right. I don't know where did it come from here. The red line here. It's really weird. Maybe we have to stitch together again. And I'm gonna select this. Straighten. Orient edges. UV. Straighten. Straighten. That's really weird. Straighten UV. Yeah. Do you see any jagged line? All right, so let's take a look. Yeah, I can't say 99% perfect. See, if you look at the book covers around the see, now we don't see any. I don't know what this line is. See, I don't see any mismatches here, but inside the no, it's not this like this. Okay. The overall, I mean, the size of the squares are more or less the same. And the outside book cover, we don't see any mismatches. At the top also, we don't see any mismatches. But these are not considered mismatches because this is inside of this book, and yeah, it should not matches with the book covers inside or outside book covers. So after this, say all UV shell have been placed inside of this in a square, right? And then highlight everything. Just highlight everything, and then click this camera icon. And the UV snapshot and option, I'm gonna select my desktop. And then this is a UV book test. And then save it. But before this, actually, Maya IFF for this. I can use the PNG image format, PNG, and test. Save it to desktop. All right. UV test 01. Yeah. I save this. Apply and close. And Photoshop, not this. All right, I just opened it. My UV map that I created in Maya, but you can hardly see. Okay, I got layers, and then I'm gonna create new layers and add dark color. Set. Okay, now it's the C UV map that I created, and after this, you can open Mockingbird. And then I'm gonna drag this to. Okay. This must be outside. Yeah. See this. But okay, I think I'm gonna use ruler things. What is the rulers? Yeah, maybe, yeah, you can use guideline, something like this. So the place right here, yeah, much easier now. Yeah, something like this. And then I'm gonna save this. And this is the PSD. Yeah, I can use PSD. I can close this. And the attribute editor. And find my texture, which was a Lambert, I believe. Is that right? Yeah, I guess Lambert. Oh, see Lambert. Select file. Yeah, I only did the outside and all this, but I didn't do it here. So if you like to add the, it's kind of really weird, very dark here. So you should go back to Photoshop and add some texture. Like let's quickly do this. New layer. File, save as, test2, PSD. Image name. Set